Good morning, everybody. I welcome to this online session of Tadvidya Sambhasha Parishad, and I'm Dr. Usha Rani Sanu. Today, I'm going to highlight the concept of the Strotas. As you see, the biology is beginning with the living organisms. These living organisms, as I told you, it is made up of unicellular, multicellular organisms. Okay, when there was unicellular organism like amoeba, okay, even here the nutrients were taken from the environment, they were secreted again, they were used for energy and then eliminated out. That means there was a system for the intake of nutrients and then metabolism of these nutrients and then elimination of these nutrients. Okay. Similarly, when there were combination of two cells or three cells to form an organism, nutrients were required at cellular level and then to nourish all the different cells also. But it was not that big problem. Then comes the concept of multicellular organisms. Okay. Now here nutrients should be synthesized, should be taken from the environment, okay, and should nourish each and every cell and eliminate toxins from each and every cell was a big question. Then came the development of systems like circulatory system, then digestive system, excretory system. So all the system took one function for the nourishment and then the circulation and elimination of toxins. Okay, but when we speak about the multicellular organisms, okay, we speak about systems, yes, which are at a macro level. In microscopic level also there are some systems going on. As I told you, in unicellular organisms also there are some channels which are responsible for the intake of nutrients, metabolism and elimination at unicellular level. And similarly in human body also at cellular level, at tissue level, there are different channels formed for intake of nutrients, transformation of these nutrients as per their requirement, transportation of these nutrients to different level of the body, and then elimination of this waste products. Yes, so with this introduction we enter today into the concept of Strotas. The main objective of my class today is everybody attending this session will know the etymology and the derivation of the word Strotas, then definition of Strotas, classification of Strotas, then along with classification the number of Strotas explained by different acharyas. Then there is the Moolasthana of Strotas, yes, functions of this Strotas. Then coming to the pathophysiological aspect, where we come across the Karana for Dushti of the Strotas. Why Sroto Dushti takes place? What are the different Sroto Dushtis? Yes, and what is the general line of treatment? Okay, so coming to the derivation of the word Strotas, Sro Sravanam. Sru here means to secrete, yes, to secrete something, and Sravana means to flow, to transport. Yes, so such beautiful definition is given for the term Strotas, okay, which wherever the secretion takes place, transformation of dhatu takes place and further transport takes place is called as Strotas. Yes, very beautifully explained. Then coming to the definition, okay, in the definition of Strotas, Charaka explains as Swadhatu Samavarna Sthula Vratta Anunicha Srotasamsi Dirganyakriti Pratyana Sadrishanicha. This means what? These strotas are not just the circulatory channels which you can see in the body. These are stoola. It may be very bigger in size or very macro in size as per the requirement of the tissue. That is a dhatu. It can be anu, very small, microscopic or cellular in structure. It can be vritta, rounded in structure, or it can be elongated, just like your vessels, okay, in structure. It can be even either a sac-like structure, or it can be even a cell junction in structure, mainly focusing on the dhatu requirement. Whatever is required for the dhatu secretion, formation and transformation, okay, and transportation. So whatever structure is required for that particular dhatu, accordingly the srotas is formed. Okay, that is very important. Then coming to dhalana, dhalana says, so every srotas has a kha, that is a space for secretion and transformation. There is ashaya present for the process of secretion and transformation of dhatus. Yes. Then coming to the overall functions of srotas is first secretion. Then ahara rasa is moving on. Different rasagni or different dhatuagnis are acting, okay, at their mulasthanas, and this transformation is going on. So for all this transformation and secretion is, first thing is secretion is the first function of srotas. Then there is transformation from one dhatu to other dhatu, precursors of dhatu, prasada bhaga and kita bhaga is separated, upadhatus are formed. So such precursors of tissues are been flowing in this srotas. And then there is transportation from wherever there is requirement, okay, from wherever there is production to wherever there is requirement, this transportation takes place. And later, whatever the dead cells or waste toxins are there, this should be eliminated out from every part of the body and then eliminated out of the body. So this sort of elimination is also the function of srotas. Fine. Then coming to the classification and numbers of srotas. This can be an MCQ type of question. Charaka explains 13 types of srotas. His main point of view is physiological aspect as well as the medicine, giving the treatment through medicines, okay, for Samana and Shodhana Chikitsa. So he explains 11 pairs of srotas. Okay, 11 pairs of srotas are been explained. So there are 22 srotas according to Sushruta, and he gives the surgical point of view. If there is direct injury to the srotas, how the management should be done. So this is the approach of Sushruta in concept of srotas. Coming to the synonyms of srotas, Charaka defines various synonyms like sira, dhamani, rasavahinya, nadya, pantaha, shirira chitrani, samvrita, asamvrita. So such various synonyms of srotas are being explained by Charaka Samhita. Then coming to the classification of srotas. In classification of srotas, first of all, we come with the Pranavaha Srotas. Pranavaha Srotas, the Moolasthana of Pranavaha Srotas is Hrudaya and Mahasrotascha. So Charaka says Hrudaya and Mahasrotas are the Moolasthana of the Pranavaha Srotas. Whereas Sushruta gives a little bit of different approach here. He says along with the Hrudaya, there are Rasa Vahinyashcha Dhamanya as the Moolasthana of this srotas. Okay. What happens if Pranavaha srotas gets affected? Okay. If Pranavaha srotas get affected, then we see Ati Srashta, Ati Baddha, Upita, Alpa Alpa, Vikshana. Of what? There is difficulty of breathing, or there is tightness in breathing. Okay. There is pain during breathing. Okay, so all this for Uchvasa and Nishvasa, you have difficulty, and it is with Sa Shabda, it is along with V's, along with Ronkai. Such sounds are seen during the time of respiration. So, these are the Lakshanas seen in Pranavaha Sroto Dushti. Then further Sushruta says, if there is direct injury to this pranavaha srotas, what happens? Okay, he says there is Vepana, Brahma, okay, and then Vinamana, Moha, the person feels totally giddiness, and if not treated at a proper time, it can lead even to Marana. So this is told by Sushruta, where he speaks about the injury of a pranavaha srotas. Okay. Then coming to the next one, that is Udakavaha Srotas. Udakavaha Srotas is said to be Talu Moolam Klomam Cha. Okay, where Charaka says Talu. Talu is your pharynx-like region. Pharynx region. Talu Moola is, and Kloma. Kloma here says Rudayasya Sthita. Rudayasya. There is a organ at the Hridaya region which is responsible for production of thirst like urge. So he says Kloma and Talu as the Moolasthana of the Udakavaha Srotas. And Sushruta supports his view, that is Talu and Kloma have the Moolasthana of Srotas. Now what happens if Udakavaha Srotas of the body is affected? Jivha, Talu, Oshta, Kanta, Kloma, Shosha. There is emaciation of tongue, pharynx, and all the regions which are included in your oral cavity, wherever there is vitiation of the Udakavaha Srotas. Okay. And further, Sushruta supports there is Pipasa Ativritti. If there is injury to this pharynx, okay, or the Kloma region, there will be too much of Pipasa to this patient, and it can lead to Sadhya Marana also. Okay, it can lead to Sadhya Marana also. This is Sushruta's point of view. Then coming to Annavaha Srotas. Annavaha Srotas, they say, Charaka says, Amashaya Moolam Vama Pashvascha. Okay, Amashaya Moolam Vama Pashvascha. Here Amashaya can be taken as wherever the food is in Ama stage is Amashaya, and Vama Pashva can be considered as the stomach-like structure which gives Ashraya to the Anna. And Sushruta says it is Annavahinyasha Dhamanyaha Amashaya. Annavahinyasha Dhamanyaha, wherever the food is passing, is the main sthana of the Annavaha Srotas, along with Amashaya is the sthana of the Srotas. And what happens if there is vitiation of this Srotas? There is Anannabhilasha. You don't feel like to have food. Arochaka, Chardi. Okay, these are an avipaka. There is no digestion, no proper digestion. So these are the lakshanas seen in case of Annavaha Sroto Dushti. Then there is Rasavaha Srotas. Rasavaha Srotas is, now we start with the Dhatu and their Srotas. Rasavaha Srotas Rudaya Moolam Dashasya Dhamanyaha. This is Charaka's concept, where he says Rudaya is the Moola along with Dashadhamanis, and Sushruta says Rudaya Moolam Rasavahinyasya Dhamanyaha. The same concept is seen. And if injured, okay, Sushruta says there will be Shosha and other symptoms like Pranavaha Sroto Dushti are seen in Rasavaha Srotas. Fine. And then Shonita Vahanam Srotasam Yakrita Moolam Plihascha. There is Yakrita and Pliha, that is liver and spleen, are the Moola of the Shonita Vahasrotas. Sushruta adds to this as Raktavahinyasha Dhamanyaha are also the Moola Sthana of the Srotas. Okay. If injury takes place to this Raktavaha Srotas, what happens? If there is injury, then there will be Shavangata. There will be bluish discoloration of the body structure. There will be Jwara, Daha. The same thing what you can see in wound. Okay, there can be Jwara, there can be Daha. Shonita Gamanam, there can be blood loss, and there will be Panduta, anemia like appearance. And Rakta Netrita can be seen in case of injury to Raktavaha Srotas. So this also can be a MCQ type of question, where Panduta, Shavangata are seen in case of Dushti of Raktavaha Srotas. Then coming to the Mamsavaha Srotas. Mamsavahanam Srotasam Snayu Moolam Tvacha. Okay, so Snayu, that is the ligaments, are the moola of the Mamsavaha Srotas along with the skin. Okay, and further he says if the Mamsavaha Srotas is affected, there can be Shvayatu, Mamsa Shosha, Sira Grantischa. Okay, what happens if there is Dushti in Mamsavaha Srotas? Sushruta says there can be varicose vein-like structures. There can be Mamsa Shosha, emaciation of the muscles can be seen, or Arbuda-like structures also can be seen if there is Mamsavaha Sroto Drushti. Then Medovahanam Srotasam. Medovahanam Srotasam Vrakko Moolam Vapavahanam Cha. Vrakka, that is the kidney, and the adrenal glands are the moola of the Medavaha Srotas, along with Vapavahana, that is the Udara Vartika, Taila Vartika, that is the omentum, is said to be the moola of the Medavaha Srotas. And Medavaha Srotas, Kati. Sushruta says along with Vrakka, Kati as the Moola Sthana of Medavaha Srotas. So again, a different opinion, can be a MCQ question. And he says if there is Dushti of Medavaha Srotas, there can be Sweda Gamanam, Snigdangata. Okay, there can be excessive sweating, there can be too much of stickiness of the body, and this Talu Shosha, there is too much of Pipasa. Okay, and Stula Shefata is seen in case of a Medavaha Srotas. So Pipasa is a Lakshana seen in even Udakavaha Srotas and Medavaha Srotas. So that is to be highlighted. Then Astivaha Srotas. Astivahanam Srotasam Medo Moolam Jaganam Cha. Okay, whereas the concept of Astivaha Srotas is not been highlighted by Sushruta. Sushruta doesn't speak about Astivaha Srotas, Majjavaha Srotas and Swedavaha Srotas. Okay, but he adds Artavavaha Srotas in this concept. Okay, so Astivahanam Srotasam, according to Charaka, has Medo Moolam Jaganam Cha. Okay, and these are affected by various Ahara Viharas, which I am going to highlight further, and how it causes Astigata Vikaras. Okay, then Majjavahanam Srotasam Astini Moolam Sandhyascha. The Asti and Sandhis are the moolas of Majjavaha Srotas. Shukravahanam Srotasam Vrashana Moolam Shefascha. The Vrashana and Shefa are the moola of the Shukravaha Srotas. And the Shukravaha Srotas, Sushruta defines Sthana and Vrashana as the moola of the Shukravaha Srotas. So a little bit of extra opinion is given by Sushruta, where he includes Sthana as the moola of the Shukravaha Srotas. What happens if there is injury to this Shukravaha Srotas? There can be Klipata, impotency, Chirat Praseka, there can be delayed ejaculation, Rakta Shukrata, there can be bleeding in the semen scene, ejaculated semen scene in vitiation of the Shukravaha Srotas. Okay. Coming to Mutravaha Srotas. Okay. Mutravahanam Srotasam Bastini Moolam Vangshanam Cha. So the ureters as well as Basti, that is the bladder, is the main sthana of the Mutravaha Srotas. And Sushruta further says along with Basti, even the Medra, okay, the urethral region can be, the Pinnis region can also be this is the Moolasthana of the Mutravaha Srotas. And if there is vitiation, if there is injury to this, Sushruta says there will be Mutra Nirodha Stabda Metrata. There will be totally tightness of the urethral region, and there will be Bastini Shulam and Mutra Nirodha. There will be difficulty in urination according to Sushruta. Charaka further says if there is injury or if there is vitiation in the urinary system or Mutravaha Srotas, there can be Ati Srashta. the urine will be less in formation, or there will be too much of formation, or there will be dribbling urination, or there will be no anuria, that is no urination at all. So such type of problems will be there, and there can be pain during urination. So these are the symptoms seen in case of Mutravaha Sruto Dushti. Okay. Then coming to the next one, that is Purishavaha Srutas. In Purishavaha Srutas, it is Pakvashaya Moolam Stula Gudascha. Yes, this is the Charaka Samhita's opinion. Whereas Sushruta says it is Pakvashaya Moolam Gudascha. Okay, he gives Pakvashaya Moolam and Gudascha as the opinion. What happens if the Purishavaha Srutas Dushti takes place? There will be either too much of constipation, or there is too much of Drava Mala, or the Mala formation doesn't takes place, or if Mala formation takes place also, the elimination is with too much of pain. Okay, and with Shabd, Shula, so such type of malformation takes place. Sushruta says if there is injury, any surgical injury or any injury to this Moolasthana of the Purishavaha Srutas, there can be Anaha, then Durgandha, and Gratita Antrata. There can be fecal matter which can get blocked into the large intestines or at the rectal region. So such conditions can be seen in case of Purishavaha Sruta Dushti. Then coming to Swedavaha Srutas. Swedavahanam Srutasam Medo Moolam Loma Kopascha. So Swedavaha Srutas has its moola in Medas and Loma Kopa. That is the hair follicles present in the skin region. And further, if the Swedavaha Srutas Dushti takes place, there can be Asweda or Ati Sweda, Ati Slakshnata or Ati Snigdata, Paridaha, that is burning in the skin, and Lomaharsha, horripilations can be seen if Swedavaha Dushti takes place. Then Artava Vahinya, Artava Vahastrotas. This is the unique sutras explained by Sushruta Samhita. He says Garbhashaya Moolam Artava Vahinyascha Tamanyaha. So it is Garbhashaya, that is a uterus, along with the Artava Vahinyascha Dhamanyaha, okay, fallopian tubes, or the Moolasthana of the Artavaha Srutas. If there is vitiation of this Artavaha Srutas, there can be Vandyatva. Okay, Vandyatva, infertility is seen, Maithuna Asahishnutha, and Artava Nashasya, amenorrhea can be seen if there is vitiation of the Artavaha Srutas. Now, coming to the concept of pathophysiology. Why should Sroto Dushti take place? Okay, and what are the karanas due to which the Sroto Dushti takes place? Charaka has very beautifully explained particular karanas for particular Sroto Dushti. Okay, and what are the different types of Sroto Dushti take place? The Sroto Dushti can be Ati Pravritti, where excessive secretion is taking place. Okay, it can be Sangha because of Ama or because of some blockage. There is Sangha or accumulation taking place. Then there can be Sira Granthi. The channels itself have narrowed there, or channels itself have become mass there, because of which the Srotas is not able to conduct the transportation. So Sira Granthi and Vimarga Gamanam. Vimarga Gamanam is at last where the reverse passage of the transport takes place. For example, from Mutra Pradesha, Mutra has to get eliminated. But because the Purishavaha Srotas is got blocked, the Purishavaha Srotas is trying to eliminate its toxins from the Mutravaha Srotas. So this is Vimargamana, where one Srotas is interfering into other Srotas for its elimination and its functions. That is, reverse movement of the molecules is taking place. That is Vimargamana. So these are the four main Sroto Dushti Lakshanas. So what are those? It is Ati Pravritti, then there is Sangha, then Sira Granthi and Vimargamana. Again, MCQ point of question. Then coming to Dushti Karanas. What are the reasons why the Srotos gets affected? Okay. Coming to first one, pranavaha srotas. Pranavaha srotas gets affected by sandharana. If there is vega dharanas, okay, pranavaha srotas gets affected. Then ati rauksha ahara, ati vyayama, or shuditasya cha. If you are hungry and you are not taking food, then your pranavaha srotas gets affected. So these are specific things, ati vyayama, shuditasya cha, so which are causing the dushti of pranavaha srotas. Okay, then coming to ambuvaha srotas, which is udakavaha srotas. Udakavaha srotas gets affected due to bhaya, too much of fear. Then ushna, too much of ushna annapana, too much of ama formation. Okay, and too much of watery food is taken inside, that also causes udakavaha sroto dushti. Then ati shushka bhojanat, ati shushka or ati drava bhojanat can cause udakavaha sroto dushti. Then this causes too much of trishna. Wherever there is udakavaha srotas dushti, too much of trishna is the main lakshana. Okay. Then coming to the next one, that is annavaha srotas. Annavaha srotas gets affected when there is ati matra, akala. Ati matra, akala, ahita bhojanat. Ati matra is Charaka Samhita explains the food should be taken in 1/3 of its size of the stomach. 1/3 should be the food, 1/3 should be for the liquids, 1/3 for the should be left for the gases. Okay, if ati matra of food itself is consumed, then there is disturbance in the digestion. Akala, the person is not hungry, but just because some food is in front of him, he is eating. This causes the drushti of the annavaha srotas. And ahita bhojanat, he knows that this is viruddha, but also he is taking the food. He knows this is a spoiled food, but also such vidagdha ahara is taken inside. So this causes vitiation of the annavaha srotas. So very particular about the vitiation factors. Then coming to rasavaha srotas. For all the dhatus, he says, whichever ahara vihara are similar to these dhatu gunas and taken in excessive can cause dushti of this dhatus. For example, for rasavaha srotas, he says guru, shita, ati snigdha, ati matra, and samashnata. Samashnata means combination of hita and ahita ahara is taken by the individual. Then this causes the rasavaha sroto dushti. And one more prime factor for the rasavaha sroto dushti is chintanat ati chintanat. Too much of worry, too much of anxiety can also cause dushti to the rasavaha srotas. Then raktavaha srotas. Raktavaha srotas, he says, vidahi annapanani, overcooked food, overburnt food. Okay, annapanani, snigdha ushnya dravani cha. It is too much of snigdha, too much of drava, and too much of ushna. Okay, you take such food and you move into too much of sunlight. Atapa sevana, too much of atapa anala sevanat can cause rakta dushti in your body. Then there is mamsavaha srotas, abhishanda ahara. Example is dadi. Okay, abhishanda ahara, stula guru bhojanat. Ati stula guru bhojana is taken, and later you follow that by divaswapna, which causes mamsavaha sroto dushti lakshanas. Then medavaha sroto dushti lakshanas. Medavahanam is avyayama, no activity, no physical activity. Then divaswapna, sleeping in the daytime. And then medhya sevanat, madhya sevanat, varuna sevanat is said to be ati varuna sevanat is one of the factor for the vitiation of the medavaha srotas. Okay, and this can be an MCQ point. Okay, ati varuna sevanat. Then there is astivahini srotas. Astivahini srotas is abhishanda aharat, abhigata, whenever there is injury or there is vighattana, wherever there is fractures, this can cause the astivaha sroto dushti. Okay, abhishanda ahara sevana, abhigata or vighattanat can cause astivaha sroto dushti. Okay, and majjavaha sroto dushti is said to be utshepat, abhishanda, abhighatat, and viruddha ahara sevanat. Viruddha ahara is the main cause for the majjavaha sroto dushti. Okay, then coming to the next one, that is mutravaha srotas. In mutravaha srotas, it is said adhika udaka bhakshanat, स्त्री सेवनात् मूत्र निग्रहात् और क्षीणस्य शतस्य च. What happens? There is urge for urination, but the person doesn't go for urges. Instead, he suppresses the urination urge and he involves himself in eating food or involves himself in drinking water. Or there can be person who are emaciated, who can have the mutravaha sroto dushti. Yes. So during the time of Vega should be attended. Otherwise, the particular srotas gets damaged. Okay, that is the main point which is highlighted here. And then there is Purisha Vahanam Srotasam. Again, they say Sandharanat. Wherever there is Vega Dharana of the Purisha, then Atyashanat. The Purisha which is formed is not eliminated out, and again the food is taken inside. Okay, without seeing whether it is Jirana or not Jirana. If the person is indulging himself in too much of food, and Ajirnat, Adhyashanat, overeating. So all these cause the Purisha Vaha Sroto Dushti. And one more thing which is highlighted separately is Durbala Agni. Durbala Agni can also cause Purisha Vaha Sroto Dushti. Okay. Then Swedavaha Srotas. Swedavahanam Srotasam Vyayama. There is Ati Vyayama, Ati Santapa or Ati Shita. Ushna, Shita Ushna Kramet Sevanat. That means first you have taken some hot treatment, Svedana sort of treatment, and immediately you go for Shita Jala Snana. So such Krama Sevana of Shita Ushna can damage your srotas, that is the Svedavaha srotas. Along with that, he gives some Manasika Karanas also, like Kama, Krodha can disturb your Svedavaha srotas. Okay. So these are the specific karanas explained for the Sroto Dushti. Then coming to the general line of treatment. Okay, what Charaka says is the Pranavaha Dushti should be treated like Shwasa Chikitsa. Shwasa Chikitsa, where Amapachana, Kafahara and later Virechana can be planned, followed by Rasayanas for Shwasa Chikitsa. Similarly, the Ambuvaha Srotas and its disorders can be treated as Trishna Chikitsa, okay, where Amapachana should be done and then Trishnahara Shamana Chikitsa can be adopted. Annavahanam Srotasam, this requires Ama Pradoshaja Chikitsa, where Ama Pradoshaja Chikitsa like Langana, okay, and then Rechana can be adopted for the Ama Pradoshaja Vikaras. This is for the Annavahanam Srotasam. Then coming to the Rasavaha Srotas, the Rasavaha Srotas further requires Chwara-like treatment where Langhana can be adopted for the elimination of the Ama. Then Raktavaha Srotas may require Amapachana and later Virechana for purification of Rakta. Mamsavaha Srotas may require Shamana or Shodhana treatment according to the pathophysiology and later may even require Shastra or Lekhana Chikitsa depending upon the Arbuda or Siragranthi, whatever is formed. Then coming to the Medavahanam Srotasam. Medavahanam Srotasam again may require Shamana or Shodhana sort of treatment depending upon what pathophysiology it is. And if it is lipoma or a Granthi like structure is formed, it may also require Shastra Chikitsa. Then coming to Astivahanam Srotasam. Astivaha Srotas are the diseases like Astikshaya, then osteoporosis, what is seen in Astikshaya. Such diseases may require Tikta Shira Bastis may be required for the nourishment and Vatahara Chikitsas are required for the Astivaha Srotas. Where Majjavaha Srotas may require Basti along with some Rasayana sort of Chikitsa. Shukravaha Srotas, this may require again Amapachana, various Bastis, Rasayana Dravyas for the treatment aspect. Whenever we speak about the Mutravaha Srotas will be treated as Mutra Krichra, where the reason for the pathophysiology, that is the Karana, is pointed out and later treated in the line of treatment of Mutra Krichra. Then Purishavaha Srotas, the treatment adopted for Atisara should be adopted for the Dushti of the Purishavaha Srotas. Swedavaha Srotas. The Swedavaha Srotas, the treatment of a Jwara, okay, where Langana, Pachana should be adopted for the treatment of the Swedavaha Srotas. Okay. So this can be the general line of treatment. Okay. So once you know the concept of Srotas, then we can highlight the concept of Dhatus, because Dhatu formation, that is secretion, transformation occurs in these Srotases. Okay. So in the next class we will be seeing about the Dhatu and Dhatu Poshana and very different Dhatus. Fine. So just summarizing back this topic. So what is Srotas? Through Sravanat, wherever there is secretion, transformation and transportation of the elements occurring in our body, okay, is called as Srotas. Srotas is not only the Sira and Dhamani is what you can see. It can be Stula, Anu, Vritta, Pratana, Dirgha, according to the requirement of the Dhatu. It can be even a cell, it can be small cytoplasm of the cell, it can be the sac-like structure between two cells, it can be the cellular junctions between the two cells. Anything can be included under the concept of Srotas, wherever there is secretion, transformation and transportation of substances takes place. And Charaka further says, in Srotas there are Dhatus at various stages of formation, that is various precursors of Dhatus are present in the channels of Srotas. Okay, so what are the main functions of the Srotas? First is secretion of the Dhatus, then transformation of Dhatus, and then there is transportation to various other regions and elimination out of the body. Whatever toxins are not required are eliminated out of the body. Whenever we see the classification and numbers of the Srotas, the classification is, Charaka explains 13 type of Srotas, where he says Pranavaha Srotas, Udakavaha Srotas, Annavaha Srotas, and 7 Dhatu Srotases. Along with that, he explains Mutravaha, Purishavaha, Swedavaha Srotas. Whereas Sushruta explains there are 11 pairs of Srotas. Okay, each Srotas is in pairs, and he doesn't explain about Astivaha Srotas, Majjavaha Srotas, Swedavaha Srotas, but instead he adds Artavavaha Srotas. Okay. Then coming to the Moolasthana of Srotas, as I told you, there is little bit of difference of opinion in Charaka and Sushruta, because Charaka highlights the medicine point of view and Sushruta highlights the injury or surgical point of view. So according to their treatment aspects, they go for the Moolasthana as well as the Lakshanas of vitiation and then the treatment aspect. Okay. So as I told you, in Rasavaha Srotas, it is Hrudaya Moolam. Okay, we'll start with Pranavaha Srotas. Pranavaha Srotas, it is Hrudaya Moolam, then Mahasrotascha, whereas Sushruta says it is, he adds Rasavahinyas, Dhamanyas. Udakavaha Srotas, both are same in their opinion, Talu and Kloma. Annavaha Srotas, Amashaya Moolam, Vama Pashva according to Charaka. And then addition to this, Sushruta adds Annavahinyascha Dhamanyah. Rasavahanam Hridayamulam Dashascha Dhamanyah, and this is same for Sushruta also. Shonitavahanam Yakritamulam Lihascha. Sushruta adds Raktavahinya Dhamanyah, and then Mamsavahanam Snayu Moolam Tvakcha, and Medovahanam Vrakkomulam Vapavahana, where Sushruta adds Kati. Then Astivahanam Medomoolam Jaganamcha Charaka. Then Majjavahanam Astini Moolam Sandayascha. Shukravahanam Vrashanamulam Shefascha. And Sushruta highlights Stana here in Shukravaha Srotas. Then Mutravahanam Srotasam Vasti Moolam Vangshanamcha. And Sushruta puts Medra as Moolasthana of Srotas. पुरुषवाहनां पक्वाशयमूलं स्थूलकुदश्च स्वेदवाहनां मेदोमूलं लोमकूपश्च आर्तववाहनां गर्भाशयमूलं आर्तववाहन्याश्च धमन्यः. So these moolasthanas are very important for us because from these moolasthanas there is utpatti of the particular dhatu takes place because the dhatwagnis are present in these moolasthanas. Okay, then we have seen the karanas for the Srotodushti. Particular karanas are highlighted for specific Srotodushtis. And what are the 4 types of Srotodushti where Ati Pravritti, Sangha, Siragranthi and Vimargamana is explained, and then the general line of treatment is explained. With this I finish today's session. Thank you.